you did. Please say you did. Please say you did. Okay, now you can't, right? That's because you haven't joined me on my live side on www.ibgr.network. Now, I'm hoping that you can hear me a bit better right now. So, what I'm going to do is just talk to you very quickly about my beautiful subject, and that is celebrating accomplishments and how that helps to stimulate creativity. So, I want to actually touch on something. I want to find out what have we done differently? What could we have done differently? And when I look at all of the different areas of celebrating our accomplishments, I realize that we're at that point where we need to acknowledge ourselves. Our self confidence plays a better role. And I think that, when we are looking at all of the aspects of how do we plan to accomplish things, and how do we create a sense of understanding that we're worth it. And then when I looked at the different areas, I realized the simple ways would be creating to do lists and becoming more intentional about what we prioritize for the day and how we challenge ourselves. Now, I know that alone, the simplicity of that, gives us the ability to then work out what we've done, be very focused, and also helps us to guide and prepare the people around us to have that quality of thinking and follow through and productivity. And so when you actually look at our behaviors, our thoughts, our actions, and how that how that actually helps us in our everyday life, I realized that creating the to-do list is something that I've had as a habit. So every single day I have a whole massive list of what I want to do, what I want to create, what I want to develop, and then I prioritize it. Now, I found that prioritizing is a massive key. And when I looked at what I needed to prioritize, I saw that it was about what's what's urgent and important. But I also realized that I gave myself time off because self care is an accomplishment. A lot of people will not agree with that, but as business owners, you're so used to doing everything and being everything for everybody, you forget about yourself. Now, I don't want you to forget about yourself. And I'm not saying give up everything and run out and go and play in the sun. I'm talking about balance. I'm talking about self care and the impact it has on you. You see, if you are physically, emotionally, spiritually attuned, then anyway, whether you are religious or not, I'm talking about all of the different aspects that allows you to not feel guilty to celebrate your accomplishments. In any business, I've realized that the human experience that prevents people from actually realizing what their self worth is guilt that was instilled in them that you're not good enough, you shouldn't have too much, you can't have too much money, you must give away your money, you must serve people, you're serving too many people, you're a doormat, you're not doing enough, you're doing too much. And there's all of the self talk and these belief systems that prevent people from accomplishing what they really need to do and prioritize. I mean, think about it. If you're feeling lethargic, if you feel like you've got no gumption, you're not inspired, you're not creative, and you just feel like, what is this all worth? If the people you're interacting with don't acknowledge you, they don't appreciate you, and you seek that appreciation from people, then you keep asking yourself, if they can't see, why must I acknowledge myself and why must I read my subconscious level to believe not word in your conscious behavior? And in your conscious behaviors, you're going to affect the people around you in so many different ways because they're going to follow suit where they feel disillusioned. Why would they want to give their 100%? Why would they want to be loyal to you? Why would they want to bring their talent and keep it with you if you don't even believe you're worth it and you don't even acknowledge them and make them feel worth it? You see, I've realized in life everything's got balance. I mean, I even got to the point where I tattooed yin yang on my arm because that is my constant reminder that everything has got balance, night and day. love and hate, accomplishments versus lessons. And there's an interesting one. How do you tell the difference between a lesson learned and something that you didn't do right? And I believe that it's all the lessons. It's not a failure. And a lot of people actually miss that point in life is they look at everything and say, well, I really planned, I did my best, I put all of my structures together and I still didn't achieve. So what's the point? How do I celebrate that? Oh, easily. You're celebrating the lesson. I'm not saying go out and get drunk and then get excited that everything fell apart. I'm saying go into your quiet space, go into safe space and then reflect. Think carefully. What happened? What could I have done differently? And why did that happen? Now suddenly you're realigning your subconscious belief system and your mindset to look for the lesson. And that's what you celebrate. You acknowledge that there was something that came out of that failure or the thing that you did not accomplish as a win. You see, when you are in a position where you're always thinking in a positive mindset like that, suddenly accomplishing becomes easy. Acknowledging becomes easy. It becomes second nature. And how does this lend to creativity? I think that when your mindset is based on positivity and looking for the lesson, suddenly you become more solution focused. And when you look at what could have been done differently, you start to challenge your thinking. And when you challenge your thinking, you open up your mindset and even your energy to attract the right people into your life who can guide and support you. You start to tap into vulnerability and you realize that you ask different people for their input, and that is an accomplishment for a lot of people too. You see, when I'm talking about accomplishments, a lot of people will think that I'm talking about you won a contract. Yes, celebrate that. Absolutely. In this day and age, people don't even celebrate that. Celebrate that you got that phone call, that the person connected with you. Celebrate the fact that you made an awesome new friend. Celebrate the fact that you're able to go to your friend who is not well and spend time with them. That is worth celebrating. And people have become so linear in their thinking that everything is related to professionalism and business, that they need to show money in the bank account, the car, the house, the beautiful husband or wife in their life, their amazing family, and they think that's a sense of accomplishment. And yes, it is. What I'm talking about though is totally different. It adds to that. I'm talking about the human experience, and I always go back to the human experience. Is that when you carve out time for planning each week, what you're doing is you are setting up intentionally the life you deserve to have, and all of those things will come to you because you deserve it. But I'm talking about in order to get there on a daily basis, you need to become creative in the way that you address situations, in the way you resolve conflict, in the way you connect with people, in the way you network with the right people, in the way you encourage, guide, support, and entice the right people into your life. That is a sense of accomplishment. For you to make people feel worthy and worthwhile in your presence, that's a sense of accomplishment. I would celebrate all of that. In fact, I do. I celebrate and I'm excited. I actually do updates about everybody that I interact with, something that somebody did. If people actually send me a note that is acknowledging how I helped them, I share that. You see, because with me sharing that, it shows people that if I can do it, so can they. And it's still done with humility and gratitude. But that's the whole point. We need to embrace humility and gratitude and be thankful for the people we have in our lives and realize that every step of their journey, they're looking for hope and inspiration and guidance from other people around them. And by you sharing your accomplishments, you're helping them to become creative. You're helping them to become innovative. They ask you questions and you're able to share. And when people are able to share knowledge and communicate, there is a different sense of connection, human connection that people crave. And when they feel that connection, they feel at peace with themselves. They feel loved. And I'm not talking about in the I'm not talking about in a sexual way. I'm talking about in a deep emotional human way. People want to feel that connection. They want to feel like they exist. So how can we do that? What can we do differently? How can we add value to people as part of this human experience? And that is because we step up. We look at a situation from many angles when we are planning. We ask for input from people we trust. We consider how a plan will affect us now and even in the future. In fact, we plan to plan, because just because you're not working or just because you're not moving doesn't mean you're not working, or the plan's not working. So you always take time to make sure that the plan is going to you understand that the plan takes time to work, and that it will take time to help you be productive. But the fact is that, at the end of the day, you need to look at where you're at and set specific goals. List them in order of importance rather than in the order of the easiest things to do first, because that helps you to keep focused and move forward. And when you make these plans, include other people. You see, because I found that communicating your vision and planning thoroughly actually helps you to clarify the steps that need to be taken, and whenever possible, get people's input. You see, the more you involve people in your plans, the more they take ownership and helps you to accomplish what needs to be accomplished. Now, there's many things that I would love to talk to you about, but I think that we should take a few minutes break. And when I come back, we're going to delve into the how-tos and what needs to be done. I'm looking forward to catching you soon.